Hello and welcome to Rogue Trader Beta. That's right, Owlcat has dropped the playtest version, and in this video we are going to outline all the different options we have for custom character creation. I'm Shadow Coast and welcome to the channel. Before we jump into this video, I want to highlight a few things. First, this is a beta, so this could change before Owlcat releases the final version. Second, this video we are going to focus on the different options. We are not going to get into the details of those options. If you're interested in learning more, please post a comment and I'm happy to create more videos diving deep into the different origin options and skills and even the mechanics associated with them. But this video, we're just going to see what the options are. So I'm going to try to keep it as succinct and quick as possible. So let's dive right in. Before we begin, if you're not someone who likes custom character creation, and I don't know who wouldn't, you can pick one of three pre-defined characters. Hekata, who's a marksman, Darius, who's an adept, Bahadur, who's a fighter. Now they have some cool stuff, I'll give them that, but at the end of the day, who wants to be playing a non-custom character creation? You're not probably watching this video if you're picking one of these anyways. So let's get into custom character creation. First, our first choice or selection is our portrait. Now this is really important because this is what you're going to be living with and looking at the bottom here. This is effectively your unit card that you're going to select. So choose wisely. I do hope they add some more portrait cards. I like these, but none of them really get to my essence that I'm going to go for. From there, we have appearance. So this is going to impact your character here on the right and how we look when we're running around on the map to a degree. So we have body, which is between male and female here. So we can switch between those. We have different face types, so 10 for each male and female. It's hard to see. I don't know how to zoom. I don't know if you can zoom. Then we have three body types. We have, call it regular, large, and skinny to select from, and then multiple skin tones where we can get, pretty dark or even albino. So we have a nice kind of selection there. For hair, you can see various hair types, a decent selection including hair color. We have a surprising number of eyebrow types to select from. I can't even see it without zooming in, which I'm not sure again how to do, along with kind of eyebrow color. Then we have a decent selection of beard types, which I do like. As a rogue trader, we're probably going to go clean shaven or have something fancy like this kind of twirly one, which you can kind of see here. So those are those options. We do have options between scars and tattoos. We can actually have up to 5 tattoos. It is kind of interesting to see. It is still a little buggy with beta because it just automatically selected my homeworld in origin, which changes my kind of uniform there. So I don't know what's going on there. It's a little buggy. But yeah, we have no, it's the scar. The scar does it. That's interesting. So you can see scars kind of pop up here. It's hard to see. You can select scars. We're not going to get into the details. You can select tattoos. Same challenge here is it's hard to see the tattoo. You have to kind of search around for what the tattoo and where it is. So I'm going to pick one that's kind of easy to see. I think that, there we go, 2 here. And you can change the color. Between 4 colors if you want tattoos, and you can have up to 5 of them, so you can stack. Implants, we have options for 2 implants. Again, these are hard to kind of tell where the implants are. You're gonna have to kind of search around, but here you can just kind of see their different types that are going to appear. This is an obvious one up here on the temple to reference, so we can do 2 implants. Right now we have male and female voices to choose from. Alright, from there we move on to Homeworld. Now a lot of this content has not been finalized, so we can see this here, work in progress, but effectively Homeworld will impact 3 things. There's going to be a unique hypothetical feature for all of them, assuming this work in progress comes to fruition. And effectively, it's going to be a unique feature based off that homeworld. So this is a nice way to really customize your character. The one example we have here is survival instinct, which is a really unique, interesting trait. You can read that if you want. But yes, each one should hypothetically have a specific homeworld feature, which will be unique to that homeworld. And then we have attribute modifiers. All of these are going to impact different attributes in different ways. So attribute modifiers will impact how you interact with the world. So this impacts how many hit points you have, or wounds as we call them in the game, strength, agility, intelligence, fellowship, all these different aspects. So we're going to have attribute modifiers, and then finally talents. These are also very critical because if you're looking to min-max a specific character kind of play style, let's say you want to be ranged versus melee, you're going to want to look at talents because they're going to modify it. So here, being a Death World planet, if you're doing a melee character, is actually a really good synergy. A lot of these other ones are a work in progress, so they don't have them. But effectively, Homeworld will impact a unique feature, your attributes, and provide you talents. These talents don't necessarily have to be unique to the homeworld, based off what I understand. Origin. This is in many ways or you could call it your class almost. We have several options here. Astra Militarium Commander, so this is basically the Imperial Guard person. Your origin will impact a lot of different things. First, you're going to have unique features. Second, it's going to impact your attributes. It will also impact your skill modifiers. On top of that, depending on your origin, it will impact what happens when you level up. Effectively, how this works is, or at least how I believe this works with, based off what I understand, is the attribute modifiers, you're going to get a bonus for these attribute and skill modifiers. So effectively, when you level up and you have an option to upgrade different attributes or skills, you're going to get a bonus to whatever origin is applied to. So for example, I might get, +5 in perception versus just +1 in another attribute, or +2 in another attribute. So that's important to note because it's going to allow you to, or incentivize you to pick these attributes, because you're going to get so much more for them. And that's okay because you're going to want your team or group, or whatever you call it, entourage, to have different specialities, so you can go deep into different areas of character types. And finally, talents. Talents again are going to impact your playstyle, and different abilities, right? Where it's going to impact how you use them or what you can use. So that is Origin. Right now, we have a good selection. We have the Astra Militarium Commander, the Commissar, who is leadership and I believe kind of almost melee focused. The Astra Militarium Commander looks to be range focused. We have the Vagabond, which that does not look like a vagabond. Um, this one seems to have a work in progress because we only have different aspects. Ministorum Priest. This was an interesting one. I did not see this one coming as an option, but looks to be very interesting kind of play style. So maybe we roll one of them. A naval officer. You can see here. A noble. Work in progress. Sanctioned Psyker, a Biomancer. So there is a difference between Biomancy and Diviner. The best Biomancy focuses on manipulating living flesh and biological processes. Biomancers can heal wounds and alter physical characteristics. So that is Biomancy for you. And then we have the Diviner. So Divination specializes in gleaning information, using it to turn fortune into your favor. Diviners find useful insights everywhere, manifesting extrasensory abilities and glimpsing the future. So that is Origin. There. If you want to do a deep dive or have a deep dive, please post a comment. I'm happy to do so. Moment of Triumph is a work in process. This is going to be a further modifier there was some sort of inflection point to put you on the former rogue traders list to become a rogue trader, and I do believe that is what this will trigger, although I could be wrong. Darkest Hour. Similarly, we went through a dark hour and had to make a difficult decision. This will influence again and modify our story based off how we make decisions when conflict occurs. Doctrines. This is our technical class, if I could call it that. Um, Class isn't the right word. I really kind of view Origin more like a class almost because it has such an impact on your playstyle. But I guess if I'm being technical, this is probably like actual class. We can pick two of them. You can pick Fighter, Vanguard. You can see all the different things here. So there's a lot to this. The key here when we're selecting different options is we gain our second class later. Like you have to level up and then you unlock it is I believe how it works. And then we have these little thumbs up, which I'm assuming means these are the easier ones to use. It's not entirely clear on it, but we can get into the different types. But doctrines, I guess I should refine my vernacular. This is your formal class. Origin is just your background, which influences a lot from that. So I'm going to eat my words on that one. But we have Fighter, Leader, Adept, Marksman for, call it Tier 1. Then we have Assassin, Vanguard, and Hunter for Tier 2. I do believe you can... well, hold on. Let me see if you can just straight up select a Vanguard. No. You have to upgrade into these. So, like, if we think about how we upgrade into them, let me I can't see how this works. Effectively, like, I don't think you can upgrade into anything. Like, there are rules. So, for example, Fighter can become a Vanguard. But, like, Marksman might not be able to become a Vanguard. So, it's kind of hard to explain that. Let's expand this and see, like, what upgrades to what. We're gonna have to do a little more research on that one, but effectively this is Tier 2. You can kind of evolve into these classes based off decisions and options. So like Adept Assassin should become something based off the alpha playthrough. But in short, this video is a lot longer than I thought. I apologize. You can pick your class through doctrines. Finally, we have stats. We have 30 points to apply to different stats here, which will impact different things. So Fellowship will be good for leaders. Weapon skills good for melee. We do apparently have a lower bound, so we can't go really crappy on any specific skill and then reapply it to other ones, so just keep that in mind. And then you can see how these other things are impacted. So if I upgrade agility, you can see demolition and is increasing as we go for agility related abilities. So just keep that in mind on what impacts what. So if we increase intelligence, we got a slew of different things that are linked to intelligence that will increase along the way. Not that you need to or should do that. So we're going to go ahead and max it out here because you have to apply them before we move on to our ship. We can randomize the name, but for us that backed the game earlier, we should have some choices between the type of ship. Right now, we have our flagship is believe an escort ship. There's a lot of discussion on this. I'm not going to opine on that. And then we have our summary where we put it all together and look at our unit card, which is fantastic. Up here, don't forget to type in your name. Um, for those playing Baldur's Gate, part of the reason tab's a joke is everyone forgot to put the name. I actually don't know if it'll let you complete it without putting the name, but top left is where you edit your name. One other thing that I just want to call out here is this little button, Show DAW Visual Settings. This is your primary and secondary colors. You have a lot of options here. So I'm going to pick like the priest. Our primary color we can kind of influence. So I'm going to say like purple, which, or like let's pick a color that like blue. Secondary color here, like green. It doesn't seem to work it like I thought it would work. So maybe it'll work in game, or it's just a bug because nothing's changing. But that's what this button does, is you can set your primary, secondary color, show on close and whatnot, and so that should influence that. So that is custom character creation. This was supposed to be a short overview. You can see I got sucked in. If you want to see more details, please post a video and I'd be happy to cover it. Thanks so much for watching and I hope to see you in future videos. Shadow Coast out.